Hello, and welcome back to Reiki Reflect. If you're new here, my name is Angie. I'm a third generation Aura reader and a certified Reiki master. You're welcome to listen every Wednesday as we discuss all things spiritual and science related. Now, today we're going to talk about mindfulness and grief. When many people think of mindfulness, they think of an easy solution to find happiness by living in the present. Mindfulness, though is not a money-back guarantee route to bliss, mindfulness, especially when using it for grief healing, is actually about giving yourself permission to feel what you are feeling. It's about accepting the present for what it is, so you can be better equipped to get through it. It's hard work, meant to help you get through life. Let's begin with a story. One day, a woman was walking through a deep, beautiful forest, breathing in the shades of leafy greens, the smells of the freshly bloomed flowers, taking in the feeling of the warm sun on her skin. She walked with purpose, following a route she had carefully planned, with the fewest possible outcomes. Her destination was not much farther. Everything was going exactly as she expected to. And then came the boulder. An enormous boulder planted from the sky, plunging through the treetops, gathering branches, and landing directly in front of her path. This was not part of her plan. The woman had no idea where it came from. It blocked her path, completely ruined her carefully executed route. And it was so gigantic that it even blocked the sun. The once glowing forest was now dark and cold and unwelcoming. The woman tried to go around the boulder, but the path was completely blocked. She tried to climb over it, but tripped and fell each time. She tried to crawl beneath it, but got stuck and couldn't keep going. She realized there was only one option. She needed to go through it. She gathered tools, axes, shovels, hammers, and began to work her way through. It wasn't easy. She was bled and bruised, but kept persisting. By the time she finally made it out, she was covered in scars. But she made it. She was on the other side. She was a fighter, a survivor, a warrior. This is what it means to practice mindfulness while grieving. Mindfulness, you see, is all about completely immersing yourself in the present moment, being completely aware of your feelings and how they are affecting your body, mind, and soul. And when in the thick of grief, mindfulness is about giving yourself permission to be present with your feelings, being present with them so you are able to get through them, rather than attempting to bypass them. Mindfulness is about understanding the inner workings of our mind, body, and soul, so that we can be better equipped to nature ourselves when something doesn't feel quite right. When one is truly centered in the right now, she is present without judgment or burden or even shame. She is present so she can take care of herself. It is important to love yourself when you are grieving. You can love your anger, your anxiety, and your sadness. Of course, I don't mean that you have to love the feeling of pain. I mean that you can give that pain love by acknowledging it, absorbing it, and nurturing it. Just like you might hug and cradle a child who is upset. Grief, after all, is an embodiment of love. When a person you love dies, the love you have for them needs to place to go. You are lost, confused, and unsure what to do with that misplaced love. Mindfulness can help you to put that love back inside of yourself so that you are nurturing your heartache. When you give yourself permission to feel, you are giving yourself permission to heal. It is far too easy to judge ourselves when we are grieving. We are overcome with sadness, anger, and other huge feelings that we have not faced before. We want to get it over with quickly, to make it go away. We are embarrassed to be crying at work. We feel ashamed when our sadness doesn't pass after months or even years. We don't want to accept that our grief is something that we must simply learn to live with. But here's the thing. Once we stop judging ourselves for our feelings and allow ourselves to just feel them, we will be able to move forward even when the grief itself remains. The woman from the story emerged from the boulder covered in scars, but she was stronger and more resistant, and she could see the sun peeking through the trees again. One key to practicing mindfulness while grieving is having patience within yourself. Mindfulness is not something that is easily accomplished. It's a habit that takes a common effort to achieve. Through mindfulness, meditation, and self-care, grief is also something so intense, packed with so many emotions, that the best thing you can do for yourself while grieving is to just be there for yourself. Be kind, be patient, and be validating to what you are going through and how you are feeling. Like the woman used tools to get through the boulder, getting through the thick of grief takes tools as well. Practicing mindfulness is a tool that will help you to center yourself so you can truly focus on your feelings and in acknowledging them instead of ignoring them to heal. While practicing mindfulness, every day will help you to decrease stress and increase your focus. It will help also, even in bigger ways, while you are grieving. Your increased focus make for a clearer mind. With a clearer mind, you will have abundant of room to explore your journey of grief. You will be able to focus on your immediate needs so that you can give them all of your attention. After suffering a loss, well-meaning friends might tell you time heals all wounds, that if you just try to focus on the good, you'll feel better. The fact is, for most people, grief will never truly go away. It will become something that you live with. It was never part of the plan, but it becomes a major part of who you are. Practicing mindfulness will help you to learn to live with it so that you can keep getting up in the morning, so that you can keep moving along the path, so that you will be ready if any more boulders fall down from the sky, and so that you can feel okay not being okay all the time. The best thing you can do for yourself when facing grief is to just face it. Gather your tools, meditation, self-care, mindfulness, and be present with your grief. Once you are, you will feel a huge sense of relief. Grief is too big to dance around, to ignore, to bury. That's why practicing mindfulness while grieving isn't simply about living in the moment. It's about absorbing the feelings that you have in that moment and letting your mind, body, and soul take the time that they all need to heal. However long it takes, with patience, without judgment, and with love. Thank you, friends, for listening. If you are facing loss and beginning your journey through grief, be kind to yourself. Be mindful of your feelings. If you would like to practice mindfulness and meditation, visit my website, ReikiReflect.com. There, you can schedule a guided meditation, and together, we can begin your journey to healing. Please join me next Wednesday as we continue to explore spirituality and healing. Bye for now.